them. We have Jayne Jones and Alicia Long. They're both
Jayne, Alicia.
And they are co-authors of Capitol Health. And they began their political career working for former Senator Norm Coleman in Minnesota. They became friends and they decided to write a book together. And we're going to find out whether or not they're still friends after writing a book together. So let's bring them on right now. Let's bring on Jayne and let's bring on Alicia. Hello, guys.
Jayne.
Hey, how are you guys?
Okay, I got you guys in stereo.
Perfect.
Okay. So, okay, which one is Jayne? Hello, Jayne.
I'm Jayne.
Hey, Jayne. And Alicia?
Hey, this is Alicia. Hey there.
How are you doing?
Great. How are you guys?
Doing really good.
We're doing great tonight. And you know what I want to say, guys? I did read a little bit of your book today, and I was laughing my ass off. And it's just a few pages.
We love to hear that.
And you know what? Let me tell you why. Okay, first of all, when I was reading it, I thought of, what was it, Legally Blonde.
I was just going to say that, because the cover makes me think of Legally Blonde.
Yeah, the main character, Allison, definitely has a penchant for pink. I don't think she wears it quite as much as Elle from Legally Blonde, but she's definitely politically minded, so I guess they have that in common.
I totally love the first scene where she is, she's going through her day, and it's the first day. She has on pink, and she has a purple purse, which I love. And she is, totally hurting because of her shoes. It's just hilarious.
And so real, so real.
Right. And yeah, the heels, definitely. That's real.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I think anybody who's ever worked in D.C. knows is how you need to have a walking pair of shoes and, a couple of pairs of pumps, because you walk so much in the city and a lot of the streets are cobblestone. Okay. And if you're going to ruin a lot of shoes if you kind of don't have the commuter flats.
Right.
That's got to be crazy in the wintertime, though.
Well, it doesn't like snow. It's not as bad because we don't get as much snow. I mean, we're both from the Midwest, so I guess it's tough to say that it's winter is bad out in D.C. when we're both from the Midwest originally.
Okay,
right.
Which one are you from South Dakota?
That's me, Alicia.
Alicia.
Okay. Now, I was reading some of the bio on the website, and you said that you were a small town outside of Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
Now, please tell me that you're not from Spearfish.
I am not from Spearfish. Spearfish is actually on the other side of the state of South Dakota, over by Rapid City. So it's about, probably 6 or 7 hours away from where I'm from. The name of my town was Hartford, and I graduated with about 80 kids. So it was pretty tiny.
All right. Look, the reason I asked was because my roommate, when I was in Germany, when I was in the Army for 8 years, my last tour in Germany, my roommate was from South Dakota. So, and that's all he talked about. His dad's a farmer, soy and milk and all this stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
I could know him. I think there's only like 750,000 people in the entire state, so it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I just want to say that your book, it seems really lighthearted and everything, but how much of it is really true to the realities of D.C. and politics and what you experience?
Oh, gosh, a good girl never kisses and tells, but, our book's got a little bit of truth, a lot of embellishment, and some stories that we've completely made up. We had a lot of fun writing the book and remembering stories that happened to us and also stories that happened to other congressional staffers and different officers. So when you read the book, that's probably the biggest thrill for the reader, is trying to figure out, gosh, what is true and what isn't true.
Now, did you have people come back to you and go, wait a minute, we never did that? Or what are you talking about?
Funny you should mention. I think some people read the book and, maybe they read portions and, if they impute certain characteristics onto themselves, well, then I guess maybe they've got a little soul searching to do. But the book is, is fiction. We've, definitely picked and chosen that, different attributes of, different personalities that we've run across either inside of politics or not. But yeah, I think a couple of people maybe got a little nervous when they first cracked the book open.
How did you guys come about to say we should write a book and we should do it together.
Take it away, Jayne.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, you know what? The book took us 4 years to write, and every time Alicia and I get together, we would always end up almost in belly laughter, remembering stories that happened to us and stories that happened to other people. Yeah. And we used to always we'd tell our stories, at the occasional pub we go to, we'd tell stories, and everyone would laugh, and everybody thought, you guys are funny, you got a little wit about you both like to write, you should write a book. It was on both of our bucket lists, and 4 years ago, sitting on a couch in St. Paul, we decided Alicia took a stab at writing chapter 1. She sent it to me, I jazzed it up, added a little sparkle, and I wrote chapter 2, but the best part of the book is this. You know what, we're best friends, believe it or not. We talk to each other almost every single day.
Oh, cool.
We never once really talked about the book, and we never had any outline or any notes. So I'd get chapter 3 back from Alicia, and I would discover, oh my gosh, Allison is off to, go do this, or Carmen, the senator's wife, is off doing this, and I would add a little sparkle to it, send it back to Alicia to the next chapter, and she'd be surprised at what the book happened next, where the storyline took it. So we had so much fun writing together, and the best part now is I don't think when people read it, they can actually tell who wrote which chapter, because we speak so much in unison usually, and it's other sentences, that you can't tell who wrote what. So it's kind of a cool.
Jayne likes to say that we share a brain.
Oh man, that's a dangerous combination, you two.
For what it's worth.
Yeah, it's a little brain.
The person you work for, are they Republican or Democrat?
I think anytime you write a political book, you kind of have to pick one side or the other to make the characters be on. So in the book, the characters work for a senator that is Republican, but I would say when we wrote the book, we definitely wanted to make it something that would appeal to the masses. So we definitely both, poke fun at both sides of the aisle and kind of how ridiculous, and partisan things can get. So, our goal of writing the book was not to try and educate people on policy or to try to get people to vote one way or another on an issue. It really was to give kind of a behind-the-scenes look of what it's like to be a poor, low-level, staffer working on the Hill, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. I mean, I think a lot of the experiences are the same. One minute you're, getting to the office at 6:15 in the morning. The next minute you're being told to go buy the boss, buy his wife some lingerie. So it's really those kind of stories that we kind of picked up on and chose to put into the book.
His wife or his mistress?
Right.
In the book, it's the wife, but you never put it past congressman in D.C. I guess that it could go the other way as well.
Well,
okay, I got a question because I was on. I was listening. I think it was Dateline last year, and there was it was like a nice, pretty. It was actually a full segment of a lady, I forgot her name, but she came out with a book about her years of being a mistress of John F. Kennedy. Are they doing it nasty like that too?
You're asking a sexual question, the guy on the show, definitely.
Whatever.
Well, I think one thing that's actually pretty funny about their book is we always joke that nobody has sex in the book. I think the only one who gets it on is the 89-year-old father of the senator who ends up shacking up with the nanny. But as far as the staffers go, they're so busy running around and trying to get their jobs and just trying to put out the next fire that although they both kind of have their love interests, I'm not sure anything really ever comes to fruition. So. That's, kind of what we chose to focus on in the book. But I think there's definitely, some behind-the-scenes, sex scandals going on. I don't know if Jayne and I are really privy to any of them anymore, but we definitely, had fun writing about, the adventures or the adventures Janet and Allison try to have in their love lives, although they're kind of lacking.
So this is, I'm smelling the Capitol Hell 2. Coming out.
One filled with sex, 50 Shades of Capitol Hell, perhaps?
Capitol Hell.
Maybe a lobbyist could be hooking up with the presidential candidate or something.
Oh, yeah. I could see this all over Lifetime or something. A nice
little
story.
Yeah.
Oh, we like to hear that.
Yeah, we're putting it out there.
Do you know anyone over there?
I'm definitely a Lifetime watcher every Sunday, so I totally love it.
Love it.
Well, okay, I want to know, but you guys, now you both have gone to law school?
Yep.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty as charged.
So, now is that your future, to be a lawyer, to continue, or maybe to get into the political ring yourself?
Well,
you go ahead, Alicia.
I'll just say that, you know what, I teach right now political science at Concordia University in St. Paul, and I get an absolute thrill every day of teaching students about the political process and getting them to go work on the Hill. That being said, I think both Alicia and I still have a little fire in our stomach for public service and making sure we give back to our communities. If that means, being at the state capitol or being at the D.C. capitol, I think we both have it in our hearts at some point. Probably not right after you write a juicy softy.
Right.
Maybe later.
Now, they can bring it up.
Right.
Like, wait a minute, I found something.
On page 36.
Right.
Exactly.
Compromising things with the congressman there.
Well, I've known professors to actually teach their entire semester on whatever book they've written, so, hey, it can be done.
I keep trying to convince Jayne to do that, and yet she still wants to teach her kids more and more. I just don't understand why we can do a whole semester of Capitol Hill. It's all about expanding their minds and, preparing them for their futures. It's horrible.
Well, it could be about, giving it a real example. That's your example.
That's
write
true.
paper
That's
on
true.
it,
That's true.
Let's discuss. All right, so what's in the future for you guys? Are you going to write another book, or have you thought about that?
We definitely have talked about it. We've gotten a ton of positive feedback from the first one, and at the end of the book, we kind of leave you hanging just a little bit. And I think it was done intentionally because I think we both would, like to see the paths of Janet and Allison continue. So we actually have started a whole Excel spreadsheet because we had so many stories that we wanted to tell when we wrote the first book that we couldn't fit everything in. So we still have a ton of juicy, funny stories to tell, and I think we could definitely do a Capitol Hill too. I think people would like it.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to be our New Year's resolution to start on it in the new year.
Oh, yeah, mine too.
I really think that, I think we're ready. I think we've taken enough time off. We gotta get back into it again.
Now, have you thought about writing a nonfiction just about political science or about Washington, how the pitfalls of it or anything?
Oh gosh, nonfiction just sounds so serious. I think one of the reasons we both like writing fiction so much is, Jayne teaches political science and, kind of runs her own business, and I'm actually working in D.C. In the Chief Counsel's office at the DEA. So we both have, kind of serious, jobs where we're stuck reading, I'm reading laws and statutes all day. So it's kind of a nice release to be able to go and write some fun and funny fiction. And so I don't know if I would depart from it at this point. Maybe down the road, but right now, I think we better stick on the I think we better stick to the
Yeah, definitely.
I'm actually kind of scared to turn those pages.
Well, that's definitely, you guys have definitely written a book that is just fun and funny. And now, are you going to be speaking anywhere that our audience can try to get out and see you?
Oh gosh, we have some book clubs coming up. Everybody can check out our signings and events at CapitolHillBook.com. That's with Capital, is with the O-L, hellbook.com. We post our events on there. We do tons of book signings across states. We're going from coast to coast, and we're filling up our time on the weekends, making sure that we're going to lots of Barnes and Nobles. And I know I'm doing a book club on Saturday, which will be kind of fun in Florida. So, we're getting out and about. So people just check out our website, check out what we have going on, and anytime anybody wants to email us a question, we absolutely love getting messages about the book.
Well, Jayne and Alicia, thank you so much for coming on to the Crystal Show, and I definitely want people to go out and read this book. I am going to read it. I'm going to cuddle up, and I'm just going to read and just laugh and have a great time this weekend. So,
well, we love it. Thank you so much for having us on, and we hope you just laugh out loud and absolutely love it.